Hi guys, I'm just waiting for people to join the live. And we'll take it from there. I'm just waiting for people to join the live. And then I will start what we had wished to say. Thank you so much for joining the live. Hi Taki, Mcholi. Kunjani sis Mapindi. I hope uyaphila. Shandu Gandao. Tando Mkabateli, how are you? How are you? Welcome to the live. Welcome. Hi, this is DJ Sniper, Kunjan Kosi. Thank you so much. Nonhlanhla, Venetia Klaba. Hello. Kunjan Zat King, Malum Bombi. I'm just waiting for the numbers to come in. We're almost at 500. Then I will start the live so that we can be in alignment. Hi Abongile, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate those kind words. Hi Spare, hi Spelele, hi Spare. Hi Mbali. Oh Mbali. I'm surprised you even seem pretty the way I'm so tired. My whole body is just like. Thank you so much, Kodambali. Hi, Whitney. Hi, Lindu Musa, Zintle, Cynthia, Buhle, Hlajwayo, Tabiso. Thank you so much. Okay, we're almost at 600 now, so I can start with what I wanted to say. And I know some of you are going to be recording this live. Please do. If you want to record it, you're free to do so because I am going to be very brief. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to try and get straight to the point. Hi, Tam Bambo. Hi, Buleng. Hello, Pagamani. Guteles, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. So we're at 700 views now. I'm just going to say what we wanted to say. First of all, I'd like to issue my sincerest gratitude to every single South African that showed up yesterday, for those who contributed. I know some of you couldn't join the march physically, but you also made a contribution, and with that contribution we were able to get some transport for the people who came to the march. I'm sure some of you went onto our social media page, Nabona, the routes that had been given for South Africans, and that was all because of you guys. Tinas Namali, and the money that we do get is going to the movement, and what you guys did was actually provide transport for a number of people who actually wanted to be at the march. So thank you so much to everyone that contributed. And I know sometimes they say, yes, hi, Te Mapang, Ngazung. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for that. And I know some people make a huge joke about if Jacinta has money, why doesn't she provide all of these things? It's practically impossible. I can tell you that because the march is not the only thing that we have to provide for. There's people who are on the ground every single day, like every single day in hospitals and clinics. Abanye doing operations with Amapoisa, Banba Home Affairs. All of that needs money. And in as much as you can contribute, you can't contribute to like with everything all the time. But we appreciate every single person who continues to donate. Some people donate every single month without us having to ask for money. And we do appreciate that so much. We also managed to celebrate our birthday celebration with the kids that we have put in school at Addington Primary. And I tell you, I've never felt so much joy in my heart. I think of all the things that we have done, that one has been the most heartwarming for me, because the kids themselves were at our little small birthday celebration where we celebrated with them, and we had a cake. We cut the cake, we had it with them, and we had party packs for them. And the things that they were saying to me, I think, have been so heartwarming. Just knowing that they promised to bazofunda, baby nekusasa elihle, and that they're going to be the future of this country. I think for me, that is very satisfying. A lot of them wanted to be police officers or doctors. So many of them wanted to be doctors. And I hope that by the time that time comes, they will be able to get that opportunity, even get into university and study, because even that has become a challenge for South Africans. So thank you so much, guys. Your contributions are very much appreciated. Some people are making a mockery out of it, but we don't mind. It really doesn't affect us as long as we know that there's a difference that is being made in people's lives. So thank you. And then I just want to extend a huge thank you to the political parties that showed up, because it's the first time, I don't think I've ever seen it, Mina, in my lifetime, where political parties in KZN come together and actually speak in one voice about something wrong that is happening in our country. I've never seen it being done before. And I know that political parties, to us, represent who we are. You know, everyone chooses which political party they want to align with, but we always need to be able to hold political parties and politicians accountable when it's time to do so. And that was beautiful to watch as South Africans, that we can come together in one voice and come and make our voices heard. I'd like to say thank you, kakulu, to the IFP. The IFP came out in numbers. There was a number of members. I mean, even the men that we always complain about, that they don't come to marches, they were there in numbers. And IFP, we saw that. Thank you to the MK. Siyabonga to the leadership of the MK. They were there once again. They've always been there when we asked them to show up. Even at Addington, they were there in full force, and we totally and duly appreciate that. Cool. Action SA members and leaders came all the way from Johannesburg, and even brought some of their members from here. They contributed immensely to the voice and echoing of the sentiments of South Africans. We are really grateful to Action SA, Operation Tutula, also bringing even some of their members from Johannesburg, providing transport for them, and they went back even on the same day, like being in the bus all day. They came and they made their voices heard, and we're forever grateful to them for always showing up when their voices need to be heard. Small cool to the NFP as well. You know, I think the NFP, we don't give them enough credit when it comes to their support. Small cool to them for also showing up and bringing their members and leading the march in the way that they did. And to the Patriotic Alliance, we appreciate Sendele like KZN and some of your members. It made our march even more beautiful to know that it's multiracial, and there was nothing that can say, Wuti, this is only something for a specific group of South Africans. We're all tired of illegal immigrants. So we thank you so much to the Patriotic Alliance as well for that. Thank you to all the political parties that joined us. And I want to say thank you as well to the members of the ANC that did show up. I think there was about 3 of them, Bishop Utube. There was another lady that I saw, I don't know who she is, but she was there. And then thank you to Holy Virus Mpalala, who came all the way from Mtuba and drove because he wanted to make his voice heard as a South African. Now, I'll tell you why this is important. I know a lot of people are angry at the ANC because as the ruling party, obviously people will take out their frustrations on you because you're the ones that have been tasked with delivering to people for the past 30-something years. So when people raise their concerns, it's very sad when we feel like we're being ignored. So when someone comes and is a leader in that capacity and shows solidarity with the people, even when it's not popular to do so, this is a very, very, I don't know, it's a remarkable leader. I haven't seen that type of leadership in a very long time because all along we've been told that when you raise certain issues, you are fighting with certain people. I don't know why people personalize the issue of service delivery, because when you want services, you want it from the people who've been tasked to give it to you. And if they don't give it to you, it's got nothing to do with us not liking you or so forth. And then there's an incident now that's been turned around and it's been made to seem like March and March members were trying to provoke certain leaders. I do believe that the leader of the ANC was there. When people were booing and making noise, like I said, obviously they disgruntled. They were making sounds. Nobody was trying to hit the place or something like that. There was no such action. Someone who was inside the ANC offices was busy throwing slurs. And I'm going to say it now because my husband just showed up there because he wanted to be there. They said, the S word. Referring to myself. That is when he lost it and went to ask, and then what's a sondela wabekhipha umunwe. Lo muntu usuke all the way from outside. Wehla wazizansi. So I'm saying, if we are the ones that were provoking that person, shouldn't we have been the ones that were inside the ANC offices? Because that doesn't make sense to me. You're trying to defend someone who was swearing at people who were protesting by saying we were provoking people. By doing what? That route that was taken to go to that direction, everyone who was at the march will tell you, people wanted to go in the other direction, which the police there. When they put the nyala there, we couldn't go there because we had to turn around and go to the direction of the ANC offices. Now we are being accused of having been provocative, which I don't understand what that means. Who are we trying to provoke by walking on the streets? Are we not allowed to walk on the streets where the police are the ones that dedicate that particular route and say, go in this direction? Because trust and believe me, if the police didn't take us in that route, we were going to go to Point Road, which is what we wanted to do in the first place. So it's very disappointing to see some people saying that they were being provoked. I saw there was even an ANC member who said that the last time people went past an ANC office, there was blood that was being shed. And they will defend their glorious movement. I think that is regrettable to come from someone who is a leader in a political party that's supposed to be leading the current government. Because we do know that President Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of the country, even if there is a GNU. So you can't say such utterances just because we are passing the road. I think I'm very disappointed, Shem. I don't want to lie. Because we have been calling on every single political party. Everyone knows this. We don't care who takes the illegal immigrants out of this country. We don't care. Even if it's President Cyril Ramaphosa wakes up in the morning and takes them out, we will be the first person that commend him. We will be the first people that clap for him and say, well done, President, because you are listening to your people. But we're not going to clap for the president if there's nothing to clap for. I don't understand. What do you want us to say? To clap when there's something that's not worth clapping for? What do you want us to say? When the municipality is not delivering services to people, what must we do? Clap and say, oh, municipality, we love you, we worship you. Please deliver services to your people. No, guys. We've been begging and begging and begging and begging for government to do something about illegal immigrants. It's time now for us to show that we are dissatisfied. Because every time we ask you nicely, you don't listen to us. Like yesterday, there was a memorandum that was being issued. The 5th memorandum that we issued. Now we take people out of their homes. We say they must come and march because we want government to do something about it. Government decides we're going to take the memorandum, we're going to go on with our lives. These people are just making noise. What do you think happens on the 5th time that people come and send a memorandum? What do you expect them to be doing? Clapping hands, singing and shouting at the rooftop that, oh, we love you so much. Like, what do you expect people to do? Like, I feel like people who are in leadership positions can be so strange. Because just because something doesn't affect you, you think that it's not a reality for some people. There are people here who don't have jobs, who sit at home every single day. And they have to watch people going into factories every single day, getting jobs, and they are not South Africans because they know they're going to get paid 1,000 Rand. As a government that cares about its people, when you get a chance to address those people, you don't say even once that this concerns you, that there are people who are coming into South Africa illegally so. and occupying jobs. That's not the first thing you want to say. The first thing you want to say is that South Africans must not react in a certain way. 5 times we've sent you a memorandum. 5 times. Until today, when you walk in Durban, today, after the march, there won't be any police evicting people who have hijacked buildings. There won't be any police closing down those shops for non-compliance. They won't be doing that. Instead, they'll be looking and fishing for South Africans that they want to arrest because they want to prove a point that they are doing their job. They've got targets and numbers that they must meet. When you tell them about illegal immigrants, they tell you it's not a target. What exactly is a target? A target is South Africans. That's all you care about. How come we've never seen Nigerians being shot? I'm going to lie, South Africa, we know very well that criminals get shot here in KZN. You're telling me that those Nigerians who are there in Point Road, not one of them has ever been shot to 200 Nigerian because Nigerians were committing crime or doing so. Abantu committed crime like South Africa. It's only South Africans. And when we raise these concerns, it's as though we're not fighting with anyone. But we're tired of us being the ones that must respect the laws of this country. Whereas people are breaking the laws every single day in this country, occupying buildings, they're selling drugs in shops. Right now, you know, and police know very well. If I can go to any police station, they know very well who the people who are selling drugs are. But you won't arrest them. Instead, you'll jump. I wouldn't be surprised if police are busy plotting and planning how they're going to arrest me today. Because that's all you know. To fight South Africans who are fighting for a better life for themselves and for your own children. Because when this country is fixed, it's not only us that's going to be benefiting. It's you as well as you. Busy taking bribes there. All these people working at the municipality who are busy taking bribes at the expense of this country and hiding themselves behind being officials of government. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have people who are working in Gomaspala being the ones giving Nigerians an address of where they can hijack buildings, because obviously that information didn't just fall from the tree, and Nigerians didn't just walk into this country and then start spotting buildings. Of course you gave them the information. You're the ones giving them permits to operate in the city. Which laws in this country allow Nigerians to be operating businesses and cutting hair and whatever it is that they claim to be doing there? Which laws are those? We need answers from the municipality. Because you can't keep sending us people to receive memorandums. The mayor has never not once come to receive the memorandum. No MEC has ever come not once to receive a memorandum. All we get are people who are just officials. When you ask them for answers, they don't give us answers because they are not decision makers. All we ask is that when we are complaining about something this serious, can the people who are actually in charge come through and give us answers? That's all that we're asking for. Is it too much to ask for? Anyways, I just want to thank everyone who came to the march, guys. This thing just gets me very emotional. Because every time we try and address this issue, they tell you that because we want to be in a political party. Guys, trust me, if I wanted to be in politics, I would have been politics in my youth. In my youth, I've been a person who's an activist from when I was a child. If you ask them, even in church, in the Roman Catholic Church, and even here in Durban, I used to sit in the leadership branches of the church in Durban because I wanted to. If I wanted to be a politician, I wake up in the morning and be a politician. And I didn't need much and much for that. Some of you are new to my life. You think this thing of much and much is where my career of activism started. You must ask people that know me. I've been an activist all my life. You must ask people that know me where I've started all this thing of activism. I started way before. I've been an activist, even for gender-based violence. I've been an activist. It's not the first time that I'm at the forefront of fixing things that are wrong in this country. So if you come here and tell me what I'm doing much and much because I want to be in politics, that you know it's because you don't have sense here. Because if I want to be in politics, I'm telling you right now, I'll wake up in the morning. I'll never even hesitate to be in politics. It's even worse because people of the very same ANC, the very same ANC that is today claiming that we're fighting against them, know very well very well how we've complimented the ANC, how we've campaigned for the ANC when we're still members of the ANC and we still support and love the ANC. There's hundreds of thousands and if not millions of people who love this ANC. But we're not going to continue to love something that is not working for the citizens of this country. We're not going to do that. But some of us, we don't live for politics. We don't live for politics. We live for a better country. That's what we want. That's what we want. So we're not going to be told that every time we do something, every time we speak up, it's because of this and that, it's because of that and that. No. When we was busy giving Cyril Ramaphosa, everyone knows during the looting, I was in the forefront telling people don't loot because it's going to affect the country. When the looting was done, as the first person who went to Amashu and all these other places and started cleaning places up. Today you come and tell me that it's because we have a problem with the ANC or Cyril Ramaphosa. You guys are not serious. You're not serious. When we were busy defending the president, when people were swearing at him back then, we were saying, guys, understand, it's COVID, there's nothing that he can do. Now today, because we see enough is enough. Now you turn around and you tell us we're anti-ANC. Hey guys, don't annoy me, please. You can say anything and everything, but don't try and take away from all the work that we've done. Sebenzile when it was not popular to do so. Just because now we're going to hold you accountable, and we're going to hold you accountable, whether you like it or not. We're going to do that. Every single leader, it doesn't matter which political party you're from. If you are not willing to stand with us when we talk about illegal immigrants, then you have declared yourself an enemy of the people. Because you're the one that doesn't want to listen to what the people are saying. You can't blame that on us. And I just want to go as well on this issue of the media. South African media is a very, very, very dangerous tool that is being used against the people. And I really hope South Africans don't feed into that nonsense. Don't feed into that nonsense. Right now, we've got social media. We've got our own voice that we can give. We've got our own narrative that we can paint. And I'm very disappointed to see some other people who know very well that the issue is not about much illegal immigrants or what happened yesterday. The issue is with me. Now, let me tell you what happened yesterday. Yesterday, we had a march, very successful march. Very, very successful march. Savumelana namaphoyisa angafuni ukuthi asidedele abantu ukuthi bahambe baye point. Nakhona siye point because we want to prove a point. Why are there no-go areas in our own country? Why is the point a no-go area in our own country? So we say to the police, we want to go there. Sambe, men, women of South Africa, united in every single political party. Because we want to go through our own town. Sibon ukuthi umasipala usumoshe kangakanani. Sibon ukuthi amaphoyisa who are criminals asemoshe kangakanani. And they refuse. But hi, sizolokhuza umkhanazi because we've got a plan, blah, 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 blah. Right? So we go and we say, okay, fine. If you're going to say Mkhwanazi is going to give us a plan, we want him to come. But the plan must be serious because we're tired of that place called the Point Road. Because if we were to get rid of the Point Road, get rid of all these people that own tuck shops, shops at CBD, our country would be in a much better place. I'd say Amapois, okay. We get there. Hi, Amapois Angab. Then I say to people, you know what, guys? You're walk in your own country. Because we want to walk in our own country. We can't be told because we can't walk a point because what for? Then they go abantu bahamba, right? In the midst of that, abantu vele at the end of the day fanele babuyele emuva. Logic. You go to a march niphelele endaweni ethile, people have to go back. Manje ufuna nenze njani? Bahambe ngawani ubuyele emuva. Yabo? They can't do that. Obviously abantu bazohamba in groups. And maybe bahamba in groups kuba khona chaos, kuba khona ngisho nabantu abangasifuni who use the opportunity ukuthi baluthe or benze izinto ezibhedayo, then turn around and say it's march and march. Imarch isiphelile, by the way. The march was very successful. Yaphumelela nje without any incidents. After the march, ukhona intatheli zigijimeke zilandele labantu ke laba bathi abantu abaphuma kwi-march and march. Alright? Mabe balandela intatheli zilandela labantu. After the march, imarch sivalile siqedile. Right? Kube khona ama incidents akhona. Next thing, march and march members are looting. Next thing, march and march members are beating up people, blah 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 blah. Right? iyona narrative abayipostayo le angithi. That's what they want people to read, and that's what they want the image of the march to be like, that the march was all what, right? And I'm saying IOL sibonile IOL, it's during the march they were actively saying we're a vigilante group. That's who they've declared us as. Abantu abahlala eParliament, by the way, we've been to parliaments. Sihlala no minister thina sikhulume nabo. Sihlala kwi crime fighting council yala province. But what IOL decide to call us vigilante groups. And I've asked ukuthi abameli bayithathe on, and then we're going to report them to the press ombudsman, because who decides who's a vigilante group? A journalist sitting there with some post-matric diploma gets to tell us who's with vigilantes. Fundile nathi nama degree. I don't know how you declare us as vigilantes. In that march, there were attorneys, there were doctors, there were teachers, there were professionals of all kinds, there were accountants, there were people who are working in government. Who decides who's a vigilante group? Some diploma holding person or sebenzelu IOL just because they've been given a mandate to trash us. We're not going to be told by journalists anymore who we are. You can call us xenophobia on your articles all you want. You can write 50,000 articles if you want. If we're xenophobic, then it means the whole country, almost the whole country is xenophobic, because sonke sikhathela abantu bokufika. Sikhathele thina abantu abala in the country illegally. It's affecting our children. It's affecting even universities. It's affecting jobs. It's affecting hospitals. It's affecting itolo. It's affecting businesses. So akekho nje umuntu one diploma ohleli lapha eIOL ozositshela thina ukuthi sama vigilante. Just because you got some piece job there that's going to vela abantu ama journalists, most are getting retrenched. So I don't know if you're trying to save umsebenzi wakho ngathi yini. I don't know who you are, whoever wrote that article, whether you black, orange, or pink, or green, but you will not tell us sama vigilante tin. We didn't go to school uzotshela umuntu ohleli lapha ephephandabeni type amagama awu 500 per day bese awasubmit bese sitshela thina si vigilante. Mawufuna usibona ukuthi si vigilante, come and see the things that we see every day. Ngoba nibhali lezo itori. You don't write stories about all the people that are affected by illegal immigrants, do you? Khona ingane edlwengiliwe la kade sihambe indawo eziningi ehlukahlukene where children are being raped by Pakistanis. Not a single article from IOL was written. Not even one. There's people dying in bed on the floor lapha nebedlela. Not even one article from the IOL. There's people here every single day Nigerian abafida ama-drugs. You as IOL have never written a single article about that. You've never written an article about that, but you're quick to call us vigilantes. That thing is not going to work on us anymore. You can call us all kinds of names that you want to call us. At the end of the day, this is our future of our country and our children. Whether you call us vigilantes or call us xenophobias or whatever that you want to call us, it's up to you. You can write that article all day. Nobody cares. You've lost that influence a long time ago to tell people how to think of people. That influence you don't have anymore. People are smart now. Asazona labo Popeye na senza ngono social media manje. People are able to decide for themselves. So you go and you write and you post videos of the aftermath of what happened. Bese ngasho futhi ukuthi it's an aftermath. Yinini nilandela abantu sebegoduka. So what do you want March and March to do? So abantu mebephuma March, you want us to give them a VIP convoy going home so that we can make sure ukuthi nothing happens. If there's an altercation between ama foreigner nabantu bakithi, why do you choose ukuthi nizocover lesi story lesi esipainta ukuthi abantu base South Africa benza ukuthi? There was a media, a journalist who shared a story here. Ukuthi ama Nigerian amvaleli lamshaya. Have you guys seen one article, a story about that? Have any of you seen IOL write a single story about that? Mind you, because I know the Kakasi journalist was also there. He was part of the people of Ashayu. But a sick story. Sick story. Sick story. Sihlala every day isithulu ama locals, thuka ama foreign, asithuka asibize phansi kweketi. Even best trade niche, I've never seen a single article. Not even one. Because hayi ukuthi ama-entertainers wazi umsebenzi wazi kahle. Bahleli balindile ukuthi kube khona lento ekuthiwa xenophobia, so they can paint South Africans as the mad people who went around and started beating up foreign nationals. So ama-foreign nationals provoke, esithuka, enza ama-video, threatenisha every single day. Ziphi intatheli zaku-IOL? Ziphi intatheli nje in general to write about what foreign nationals are saying and doing to South Africans and in South Africa? Angithi lezi itori ngabe kubu social media awukho namhlanje. Ngabe thina zazi itori zabantu abokufika izinto abazenzayo. It's the people who've taken it upon themselves to start sharing stories about foreign nationals in this country. So that we know, ngoba siyazi ukuthi one day niyobe nisibiza ngama-vigilante. Because senijahe lokho vele, your fingers are itching, mase senifika my office now to type stories because you want to write about what South Africans are doing. Why are you not writing about what foreign nationals are doing in this country? Why are you not giving fair journalism? The time kukhona intatheli la uMalusi TV uthe yena nentatheli kwiGagasi FM, they were kidnapped, bashawa ama-foreign nationals, ama-Nigerians, abathreatenisha ngamabhomu. Now you're telling me in the mind of a journalist, akekho nje obona ukuthi nje this is a story that they must follow up. I-IOL ibona thina nje ama-vigilante. Ama-Nigerian wona ayini ama-Nigerian. Bafethu siyacela-ke manje ukuthi niye ukusabela ama-foreign nationals ngegama lethu. Mani basaba nina, basabwe nina. Thina akusiza ukusaba, sikhathele futhi ukusaba, and we're not going to live in fear. Sisaba ukuwalka epoint. Sisaba ukukhuluma ngama-foreign nationals ngoba kuzothiwa sivi-vigilante. Sisaba ukumasha ngoba futhi masimasha futhi nakhona kuyi-problem. Sisaba come out and say asisebenzi ngoba masi-come out kuthiwa silokhuza sama-vigilante. Sisaba ukuyoyidefend ibhedlela namakliniki ney'tolo yonke into ngoba kuthiwa sama-vigilante. Call us whatever you like. Velo sihle mlambo umsebenzi wabo lokho. Vele they bored. They've got ama-journalists akuqala iwona that used to uncover stories. Our manje ayahlala linde social media ukuthi isiphi story nkosi yami that's going to trend so I can write nonsense about it. Where are those riveting stories, journalists, that you uncover? Give us stories. That's what we want. Give us stories. Uncover them. You can't be sitting all day waiting for much and much to label them as vigilantes. And they're very good journalists, by the way. They're very good policemen who do their job to perfection. Asebenza amaphoyisa abantu, athi ayafika abaphathi bakhona, afika abenzela umsebenzi ubenzima. Abopha amaphoyisa abantu, athi ayabopha nazi inkantolo nazo zisayida nama-foreign. Iphoyisa labantu ligcina seli-discourage ngoba liyazi ukuthi umsebenzi wami mina ngiyawenza, kodwa inkinga ila. Ngoba khona phela abasayida nabo. And it's always the ones at the top that give us a problem. Because if isikhulu sakho singayifuni into yabantu bokufika, trust me, they'll make sure ukuthi lento yabantu bokufika is dealt with. Ngabe yabo kuba amaphoyisa wasayifuni lento yokufika, yabantu bokufika, ngabe abasekho. Ukumasipala weTheku awubafuni lento yabantu bokufika, ngabe abasekho. If every single department had united and made sure ukuthi bayiqede lento bafuna, ngabe abasekho. But nisenza ama-vigilante because you know ukuthi focus ayikho kulento esikhuluma ngayo. Ifocus ekutheni imali itholakala kanjani. ESouth Africa phela kusebenza imali ngoba sinamali phela thina. We don't matter. Our voices don't matter. So ngoba sinamali ngeni izini sinake thina. No guys, no. You need to stop this thing, manje. Some of you need to stop making this thing of illegal immigrants personal and about you. You must stop it. It's not about you. It's bigger than you. It's really not about you. We can't have cities and towns looking like junk just because we want to accommodate ukuthi umnango wangu unenkinga, ukuthi ulokhuza ubando wase Nigeria, uTinibu unenkinga. No man, it's tiring this thing. Siyathuka thina like every single day these people are provoking us. Every single day. What do you think happens when people see them in public? Ngevela ngithi asibaboni laba abadelelayo la. Ngeke ngize ngibone la. But you create a perception, man, about what foreign nationals are like in this country. And you are blaming me for reacting to the provocation from people who are supposed to be visitors in my country. People who are supposed to be behaving themselves in a certain way, but they are not. Bayangitshela to my face ukuthi abayindawo. They don't want to comply by the laws of the country because they're going to buy the way. We pay. Bese nina niyajika futhi nizositshela ukuthi thina is wrong. President made a speech lapha eParliament. He went and said, nobody must touch foreign nationals. Besifuna yena as the president of the country to take up a posture of a man who listens to his people, of a man who understands the cries of the people. All he had to say was foreign nationals who are in this country illegally are not allowed to be in the country. Those who received documents fraudulently, we are going to be investigating, and we have this time period. Investigation, commission. In 3 months' time, we will come back and give all these people who have fake documents, we're going to be revoking their documents. When we have revoked their documents, we're going to go to jobs that have been occupied by people who are in the country legally, and those who have fraudulently occupied their documents, we're going to be revoking their licenses or their contracts or whatever it is that they have to work. And then after that, we're going to be deporting them. We're going to be talking to their government and making sure that they no longer allow their people to come to South Africa in the wrong way. We have hijacked buildings, and we have lost a life of someone who was very prominent in this country against the fight of illegal immigrants and the occupying of buildings. And for us as a nation, we feel that it is wrong for our people to live a life of fear because they don't want to, every time they stand up for something, their lives get cut short. Therefore, as the president of this country, I'm declaring illegal immigration a state of emergency. And I'm going to make sure that every single person who's in the country illegally is given 30 days to leave the country. And after that, we are going to be arresting them. We're going to be deporting them. We're going to be sending their government the bill to pay for them to be deported from our country. That is what a president does. You don't go there and sell off your own people and tell them that no one must touch foreigners. And do your job. All we want is for you as the government to listen to us and do your job. Do you know those children that were there at Addington Primary? When they came to me and they were crying tears, saying we almost didn't have a year in school. We've been fighting this for years. Auntie siyabonga, auntie. I saw the sakhohla. Auntie siyabonga, sesikwazi ukufunda. Auntie siyabonga, sesikwazi ukuwalka sesikoleni. Sisave imali sithenga ukudla. Yini leyo as a government? What kind of government doesn't care about its people? What kind of government are you? All you care about is spending money and using money for your people. And then you say, go to Tina, we're trying to get money. We're trying to use people. Tina. What do you think we're going to get? What do you think we're going to get from fighting illegal immigrants? And then the first thing you jump to say is to show that South Africans were wrong for manje into sebeyithendisa ke manje yona leyo ukuthi khona umuntu abathushayiwe yona into sizotrenda ke manje ngintshele, because foreign nationals in this country are all innocent. Abantu abahlanyayo la ithina. Foreign nationals in this country, ngisho bengenzani, our government will protect them. The courts will protect them. The NPOs will come to their rescue. Uzoyibona i-Human Rights Commission. Mangathiwa khetha ukuthi siphi isitolo athendayo yile seyintatheli who were taken and beaten up by foreign nationals, or is the story of this foreign national who ekuthiwa usetrend umhlaba wonke ke manje because ushayiwe abantu befuna permit, uzobona isitolo sohamba phambili, and which one they want to push. The media is against us. The government is against us. Our own people are against us, South Africans. And then when we are frustrated, you tell us we must sit there and wait for you because you are busy sitting down and talking about it. Sizodelela ama-foreigner every single day. Every single day. Guys, guys, nani, please. Don't do this thing. Yokuthi masekuvotwa bese nilokhu nilalela noma yini ebhedayo la. Please guys, people died in blood for this country. People died in blood for this country. Abashonanga babulawa. Bebulawela ukuthi kuthiwa abantu abazofika ezweni lethu balihlipize balenze libe nje. Because I promise you, us na inkinga thina nama foreign nationals. If there was even 300,000 of them, we wouldn't have a problem. Ngaba siboni nokubona. But there's millions of these people, millions of them. Millions of them. And I would bala because bazamu ukuthi ba contribute positively to South Africa. Angaza mina ngizwe foreign national lithi, I'm here because I want to make South Africa better. Show me one foreign national who's been here for that. Oh, I want to see South Africa a better country. Not even one foreign national will leave their country to come here because they're saying they want to make South Africa better. They don't care about you. They don't care about your children. They don't care about your children's future. All they want is to come here. Take what they can take, and they will take. Baze ba break bethi thina sakimizi in Zimbabwe, sakimizi in Malawi. Nina nhleli niyaphuza niyadakwa nidla ama drugs nisanayo imisebenzi. Nizoyithatha aphi imisebenzi nisahleli nabo lokhu nenza ngazi ukuthi ukhismuzi party lento esiyikhuluma ayikho serious. Nizoyithatha aphi imisebenzi? Labantu abangena la ezweni every single day. Ucabanga ukuthi wena ngabe bayangena ukuba imisebenzi ayikho? Ukuba imisebenzi ayikho ubona ukuthi wena abantu bangadela amazwe abo bawalk ba cross ama crocodile river bayogibela imhlanje zama crocodile bangeza yini la ukuba umsebenzi awukho? Bazowenzani pho umsebenzi mawungekho? Bazowenzani umsebenzi mawungekho? Nikhale nimemeze oh ivet yanyuka ivet yanyuka. Inyusa yini vet? Inyusa yini vet? Why is the number of unemployed people growing and growing? Then they'll come and tell you, oh, you hate our black brothers and sisters. You hate guys in a poor community. Poor community. Ngicela ukubuza ukuthi abelungu siyababona yini laba nithi asihambe sola nabo? Do we see them? Do we see them? Are they the ones that are working the poor community? Are they the ones using the hospitals that the poor community is supposed to be using? Are they the ones that are using the schools and their children being kicked out in the communities? La ngikhuluma ngawo. So aningitsheleke kule plan ukuthi nilokhu nisitshela about our race ukuthi it's black people who must fight white people. Asithi siyahamba ke siyolwa nabelungu ke namhlanje. Today siyalwa nabelungu. What happens after that? Bahamba belungu. Abelungu they might not even angazi ngachaza kanjani lento. Abelungu njengamanje ibona bakhokha intela right now more than us as black people. Yabo iZimbabwe ngoba yafalla apart. But they didn't have a plan. Bavele bathi sokhipha abelungu. There was no plan. Asisho ukuthi umhlaba wenu ngawuthatha owenu. It's our land. We know that. But have a plan. Don't just say skipha abelungu. Njengamanje ngoba sithi sina abantu bokufika bahambe. Bakhona abantu base South Africa esaziyo ukuthi ba ready. Ukuzo occupy itolo. Ba ready kade be applyela ama license abawatholi. Itolo zazikhona even before abantu bokufika bekhona. We've got a plan. Get them out, put our people back in where they belong. Le mali le nithi tax ayikho nithi economy ayisebe. I-economy izosurvive kanjani imali yenu ninika abantu ukuthi bayikhiphe bayise emazweni abo? Izosebenza kanjani i-economy ukuthi nisuke futhi nithi namhlanje nifaka abantu who are not going to even contribute to the economy ngoba bayazakhela bona. Ama company ayahamba manje ama cigarette companies abeqashe abantu bala eSouth Africa bayahamba. Angisho ukuthi ugwayi ngiyapromote angifuni in fact. But I'm making an example ukuthi abantu abama-company abebeqashe abantu bala eSouth Africa ukuthi benze ugwayi bayahamba eSouth Africa. Why? Because khona ugwayi osuka le eZimbabwe oza la zonke insuku odayisola abantu bakithi abawubhemayo abazi kwamahluko Nkosi yami bayabhema nje bona. Uthathwa ubani abantu bokufika kodwa basebenza nobani bala eSouth Africa abanjani aba in high positions. Because why? Ingane zabo zona zi-right, they go to good schools, they get driven around, they've got security, they've got this and that. Imadlanga commission fanele ngabe sizivulile ingqondo kulento ukuthi khona abantu who call themselves leaders bayigebengu. Ngizokuthiwa ngisho icompany enkulu njenge Coca-Cola is at risk manje because benzani bayazakhela iCoke yabo. Bazakhela iCoke yabo nithi nina bashibhile abashibhile bandayisela into wrong. So ama company aqasha abantu like actual people that pay them money Awasayithola imali ngoba laba bayazakhela okwabo. Bakhokhela umuntu 500 exuba icoke ayidayise. Whereas uCoca-Cola the company unendlela professional yokwenza izinto. Uqasha abantu ngendlela professional. Ukuthi labantu babe ne-income endlini zabo. Mase labo bantu belahlelwe umsebenzi nizokhala futhi nithi hayi kanjani uhulumeni yekani ukuthenga kulabantu. Azi ngizosho ngaki. Yekani ukuthenga kulabantu. Ingane ishonile eMaspasa shop today. Namhlanje until today not even one person has been arrested for leyo. Not even one. Abantu abagunda abantu senintshela ukuthi besilisa base South Africa khona yedwa sokwazi ukugunda abantu nje. Nonke anisakwazi ukugunda senigunda abantu bokufika. Nonke. Guys niyibona izophelela laphi lento manibuka nina ngokwenje mhlawumbe. Manibuka nje ngokweni izophelela laphi lento. Like mawuhleli nje like umuntu okazi ukucabanga ifuture. Mhlawumbe lento into esizoyikhuluma mase ngiyayivala manje le live. Where do you think this thing is going to land us in the future? Realistically speaking, manibuka nje. All the shops have been taken over by foreign nationals. Wonke abantu bahulumeni are not interested in fighting for South Africans. Bayinake bona ukuthi ba improve impilo zabo nabangani babo. Those who get into politics now are not genuine about it. All they want is to be the next big thing. Bathatha imali zethu bafunda impilo zama-slay queen. Bonke bachoma Gucci, Louis Vuitton, that's all they care about. Manje wena as a South African mawuhleli nje lapho iprocessa lento ucabanga so akuthiwa uyashona namhlanje. Asithi uyashona namhlanje. Ingane yakho ihleli yodwa kulomhlaba. 15 years from now, isiyodwa la kulomhlaba lo. What do you see the future of your child being like? A university. Ama-university agcwele. There's no space. Uvele a couple of weeks ago ukuthi ama-Zimbabweans aya-fraud ama-documents ukuthi angene la eSouth Africa zofunda. And ayafunda because why ayafunda? Because universities have been taken over by foreigners. Abantu abaphethe ema-university manje, oma-chancellor, oma-officials, ama-lecturer, kugcwele abantu bokufika. Ayikho into wrong with having a limited number of people who are foreigners. Obazi ukuthi ngobe la uzo lecture kodwa kubona ba hundreds babo. It's not sustainable ukuthi a country can have a university that has 80% foreigners. It's not sustainable. For every country, the most important thing is for you to make your citizens of your country to have an income, to be able to live, to sustain that life. Ukulanda ama-foreign emazweni abo nibalethe la nithi abazofundisa benze lemisebenzi where other South Africans can do is not a sustainable model. Iyona lento edala ama-tensions kubantu. Ngiyaphinda futhi uhulumeni cela ni-record manifanele ni-record maningade ningayi-record. Hulumeni, you are the one that is creating a ground for people to be fighting with each other. You are the one that has created this environment where South Africans feel displaced in their own country. You are the one that is making South Africans seem like they're not okay in their head for demanding to be South Africans in South Africa. We are not all mine owners in Zimbabwe or Uganda or whatever. All those who have interests in other countries must go live there. All those who have children or whatever, or married, whatever, go there. You can't put our lives in risk just because when you're a benefiter from foreigners. Man bathanda guys, why don't you go to their countries and live there? Man ithanda ama Nigerians, aningani pho eNigeria. Osisibethu, aningani nje eNigeria. Angithi mina njengoba ngishadela yaZuma nje, ngizokhulisa isizwe sakaZuma. Angithi ngizowandisa umndeni wakaZuma. Angizili well ngokwesiZulu. Ngazi abanye kwi-modern generation ngaze ama-locals, ama-feminist angidinelwe athi ukushada has got nothing to do with ukwandisa. I'm just theoretically speaking in terms of culture. So if wandisa umndeni uwandisa kanjani umndeni waseNigeria eSouth Africa? Uwandisa kanjani umndeni waseNigeria eSouth Africa? Angithi nishadile. Hambani guys noshadela ngakhona manje. It's not hate, it's not anything. It's not. We don't hate you. There's just too many people here who are not South African, who are walking around freely, who are breaking the laws of the country, who are bringing filth and dirt and all these other weird things in Zenzayo, manhamba no petty group nan whatever these things that you do are. Abanye bantshontsha ingane ukuze nenze imithi and all of that. It's right, guys. Thank you so much. If in South Africa and we maintain good relationships, we don't mind. Sizozwana, and I just want to also say to South Africans, please, we don't hate foreigners. We don't hate them. They make us angry, I know, but we don't hate them. We just hate izinto abazenzayo. So ngiyacela again, please guys, ngiyacela. Macingwane ngisaku live sengiyaqeda ngizobuyela kwena. Sure. So yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to say, and I do hope our government will take this seriously. Akekho umuntu ozama ukulana any political party here. We just want people to do what they are being voted for to do. Thank you so much, and foreigners will continue. Nizobona nakwile live, nizobabona bazosidelela, but mase ngiqedile futhi akhona oyedwa intatheli ezobe bothered ukuthi inaka ukuthi wona ama foreigners provoke kanganani. Ngiyacela guys kube yinini intatheli for now. Share your own realities and your own stories. Ngoba le ama foreign nationals intatheli azifuni hlobo. Bayithanda kabi ama foreigners. Babathanda kabi shame abantu babo. But ke IOL, shout out to you IOLs. We see you. And uma ngabona even uye ku profile le yasihle lo mlambo uyabona ukuthi they are mourning the loss of their own journalists from Zimbabwe. Uyabona ukuthi nje IOL abanye babo vele are going to be against us, but it's okay. It's all right. Thank you so much, guys. Ngisaphendula ichunu la ngaze ngingithu. Thank you so much, and yeah, we'll march and march until we win.